All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Arizona Cardinals and the New York Giants. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This one taken from the 7. A beautiful fake. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Ready? Check, 47. And we got to get to the ball.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Marlon Mack with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0.
Makes the score Cardinals 7, Giants nothing. Greg Zuerlein set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end. Zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
Let's go now.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Saquon Barkley.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
43 is the mic, boy. 43. Check, 43. Quarterback, don't get nervous.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Powers through. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. 20, 10, touchdown, Cardinals. Marlon Mack with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Cardinals are able to show off their quick strike ability. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense.
And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The tackle made by Eric Murray.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
On the ready.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the... Oh, trying to fit it into Shepard, but it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Eric Murray. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Andy Isabella was the intended target. Well, CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
He goes full extension, and he's got it. That's good for 28 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 13 yards, good for a giant first down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Hey, echo. 58's the money. 58's the money. Let's go.
Now Jones. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. The end result, 21 yards.
It's a gain of 21 yards.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
First down. First down.
And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. 17-0 our score after 1. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 20 on the year as they are now on the board here in the first half. Rosas good with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now this throw caught left side, and he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That goes for 14 yards, first down Cardinals. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A huge play there for Arizona. And even 50 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it?
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
They'll give Henry another shot. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. Here's Henry, and he is in for 6. Touchdown Cardinals. Derrick Henry, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Zerline good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
He's going to take off with it, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
I got you, son. I got you, son. Alert flare. Leo. Undercrunch. Get it.
On second down, Barkley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another first and 10 here. A quick throw. Here's Shepard. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Now, those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there.
Set Lobo. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Hey, wahoo! Shoot!
Throwing, Jones. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big pickup of 38. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
Looking to throw. Jones. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Adam Thielen, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Second down, Murray sets to throw. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That catch good for 5. It's third down. The Cardinals on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Third down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Play fake. Murray. He'll rifle this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big-time play there by the Cardinals. 53 yards. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run here with Mack. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Again it'll be Mack. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now they've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal? They'll run it with Mack. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Marlon Mack on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This will be taken very short. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. The first half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. Byron Murphy, the one who got a hand in to knock it away.
He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. Fielded at about the 28. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
defense,
yeah.
we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done. An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends, because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Back to throw. Jones. It's caught. Shepard. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Looking to throw. Jones. He's going to air one out. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 20. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
After the turnover, here's Murray. And he finds a man on the crossing route. 18 on that one, and the Cardinals have a 1st down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll run it. It's Mack. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They keep it on the ground. Mack again. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
They'll try and run for this with Mack. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Flush to his right.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but if the ball's in the air, they treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Williams picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Go! 60 Pittsburgh. Hey, seam 6. 58's
the mic.
Now watch run. Let's go.
Jones now throwing on 3rd and long. He sets to fire deep. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Brandon Williams. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal 1st down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They'll run on 1st down. Mack. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Lorenzo Carter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. And he's going to go down again. Lorenzo Carter, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. On 3rd down, a run by Mack. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, Makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and angled for them and shot for them. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
Now Jones to throw from his end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, and that'll bring up second down.
Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And able to get a little more breathing room out to the 5-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it third down.
Big stop, let's go. Mike's 43.
Now.
Jones operating from the gun. He's going to, oh, this is taken in. It's complete. The 40, past the 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Evan Ingram, 95 yards. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead. And the kick here is good with a penalty flag down as well. And they may have run into him after the kick went away. So 5 yards for running into. Lucky it wasn't 15 for roughing.
No doubt about it, because they protect the kickers and the guys holding the ball almost as much as they protect quarterbacks in the pocket. They don't want those types of injuries.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A run by Mack to start the drive. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They go right back to Mack. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On 3rd down, Drake. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
10-2 start.
A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
Hey, box drop.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jones. And now here's another interception. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the gun on third down, Murray. And that's caught by Smith. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. They'll wind up with 3 yards out of that, and it's second down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more...
And the pressure gets to him again. Lorenzo Carter make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
Play action. Now it's Murray. Going for it all. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. And, well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on fourth down. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They'll run for it. It's Mack. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on fourth down. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Cards, the train just keeps rolling. 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL.